Question 1. A California C-36 plumbing contractor must maintain a contractor's bond in the amount of A. $12,500 B. $15,000 C. $25,000 D. $30,000. Answer: C. $25,000. California contractors are required to maintain a contractor's bond as a consumer protection measure, ensuring that funds are available for consumers who suffer damages due to the contractor's actions. As of January 1, 2023, the required contractor's bond amount for all active licenses, including the C-36 plumbing classification, is $25,000. This bond helps protect clients and ensures that contractors meet their obligations. Always remember that maintaining the correct bond amount is a crucial licensing requirement to keep your contractor's license active and in good standing. Question 2. What is the minimum trap seal depth required for a plumbing fixture, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. 1 inch. B. 2 inches. C. 3 inches. D. 4 inches. Answer: B. 2 inches. The California Plumbing Code, CPC, specifies a minimum trap seal depth of 2 inches for plumbing fixtures, which is essential to prevent sewer gases from entering occupied spaces. A trap seal is the water held in a trap that creates a barrier against these noxious gases. For example, the U-bend under a sink holds water, forming this seal and protecting indoor air quality. Ensuring the correct trap seal depth is fundamental for public health and safety in plumbing installations. Question 3. What is the primary purpose of a backflow prevention device in a water supply system? A. To increase water pressure. B. To filter impurities from the water. C. To prevent non-potable water from entering the potable water supply. D. To regulate water temperature. Answer: C. To prevent non-potable water from entering the potable water supply. The primary purpose of a backflow prevention device is to protect the public water supply from contamination by preventing the reverse flow of non-potable, unsafe, water into the potable, drinkable, water system. This can occur due to backpressure or backsiphonage, which could draw contaminated water from irrigation systems, industrial processes, or even a toilet tank into the drinking water. Installing and maintaining these devices is crucial for safeguarding public health, as cross-connections pose significant risks of waterborne illnesses. Always remember that backflow prevention is about protecting the entire community's drinking water quality. Question 4. When excavating a trench for a plumbing installation, what is the maximum vertical height a spoil pile can be from the edge of the excavation, according to Cal/OSHA standards? A. 1 foot. B. 2 feet. C. 3 feet. D. 4 feet. Answer: B. 2 feet. Cal/OSHA standards require that excavated material, or spoil piles, be kept a minimum of 2 feet back from the edge of the trench to prevent it from falling back into the excavation and injuring workers. This setback distance, sometimes referred to as the clearance distance, also helps maintain the stability of the trench walls and ensures a clear path for workers entering and exiting the excavation. Prioritizing worker safety during trenching operations, including proper spoil pile placement, is a non-negotiable rule on any job site. Question 5. Which of the following plumbing materials is generally not approved for use in potable water distribution systems within a building, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. Copper, type L or M. B. Cross-linked polyethylene, PX. C. Galvanized steel. D. Polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Answer: D. Polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Polyvinyl chloride, PVC, pipe is typically approved for drainage, waste, and vent, DWV, systems, as well as some non-potable water applications, but it is generally not approved for potable, drinking, water distribution systems within a building in California due to concerns about leaching and pressure ratings. Approved materials for potable water include copper, PX, and CPVC, chlorinated polyvinyl chloride. Knowing which materials are suitable for specific plumbing applications is crucial for compliance and ensuring public health. Question 6. What is the maximum length allowed for a fixture tailpiece from the outlet of the fixture to the inlet of the trap, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. 12 inches. B. 18 inches. C. 24 inches. D. 30 inches. Answer: C. 24 inches. The California Plumbing Code, CPC, limits the length of a fixture tailpiece to a maximum of 24 inches from the outlet of the fixture to the inlet of the trap. This regulation ensures that wastewater travels quickly and efficiently into the trap, preventing solids from settling and causing blockages before reaching the trap seal. For instance, a sink tailpiece should be short enough to allow proper drainage without excessive horizontal runs, which could lead to clogs or trap siphoning. Maintaining this maximum length is essential for the proper function and hygiene of plumbing drainage systems. Question 7. According to the California Plumbing Code, CPC, what is the minimum required size for a water service pipe supplying a single-family dwelling? A. Half an inch. B. 3/4 inch. C. 1 inch. D. 1 1/4 inches. Answer: B. 3/4 inch. The California Plumbing Code, CPC, specifies a minimum required size of 3/4 inch for a water service pipe supplying a single-family dwelling, provided the demand and pressure conditions are met. This size ensures adequate water flow and pressure to supply all the fixtures and appliances within a typical residential home. While larger sizes may be required based on calculations for larger homes or higher demand, 3/4 inch is the baseline minimum to ensure satisfactory water service. Always calculate the demand to confirm the appropriate pipe size, but remember the common minimum for residential service. Question 8. A plumbing contractor bids on a project for a single-family home. After starting work, the homeowner requests several additional tasks not included in the original contract. What is the best course of action for the contractor? A. Complete the additional tasks and send an adjusted final bill. B. Refuse to perform any work not in the original contract. C. Obtain a written change order signed by both parties for the additional tasks. D. Discuss the changes verbally and proceed, trusting the homeowner to pay. Answer: C. Obtain a written change order signed by both parties for the additional tasks. The best course of action for a plumbing contractor when a homeowner requests additional tasks not in the original contract is to obtain a written change order signed by both parties. A change order legally modifies the original contract, detailing the scope of new work, associated costs, and any impact on the project timeline. This protects both the contractor and the homeowner by preventing misunderstandings, disputes over payment, and scope creep. Always remember that clear, written documentation is crucial for any modifications to a construction contract. Question 9. What is the typical maximum developed length allowed for a horizontal wet vent in a residential plumbing system, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. 4 feet. B. 6 feet. C. 8 feet. D. 10 feet. Answer: C. 8 feet. The California Plumbing Code, CPC, typically allows a maximum developed length of 8 feet for a horizontal wet vent in a residential plumbing system, provided specific conditions regarding pipe size and fixture unit loading are met. A wet vent is a pipe that serves as both a drainage pipe and a vent pipe for other fixtures, which can save space and materials. For example, a lavatory drain might wet vent a nearby toilet. Understanding these specific length limitations is crucial to ensure proper air circulation and drainage in complex venting systems. Question 10. Under California law, a contractor's license may be suspended or revoked for failure to pay. A. Personal income taxes. B. Employees' medical bills. C. Judgments for construction defects. D. Property taxes on the contractor's home. Answer: C. Judgments for construction defects. Under California law, a contractor's license may be suspended or revoked for failure to pay judgments related to construction defects, particularly if the judgment arises from a breach of contract or poor workmanship. The Contractors State License Board, CSLB, has enforcement powers to ensure licensed contractors are held accountable for their work and financial obligations related to their contracting activities. This means that if a court rules a contractor owes money for fixing faulty plumbing work, and they fail to pay, their license could be in jeopardy. Always prioritize fulfilling your professional and legal responsibilities to maintain your license. Question 11. When installing a gas water heater in a garage, what is the minimum height the ignition source, burner, must be elevated above the garage floor, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. 6 inches. B. 12 inches. C. 18 inches. D. 24 inches. Answer: C. 18 inches. According to the California Plumbing Code, CPC, the ignition source, burner, of a gas water heater installed in a garage must be elevated a minimum of 18 inches above the garage floor. This requirement is a safety measure to prevent the ignition of flammable vapors, such as gasoline fumes, which are heavier than air and tend to collect at floor level. By elevating the burner, the risk of an explosion or fire from these vapors is significantly reduced. Always ensure proper elevation for water heaters in garages to comply with safety codes. Question 12. What is the standard test pressure for a DWV, drainage, waste, and vent, system using an air test, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. 1 psi. B. 3 psi. C. 5 psi. D. 10 psi. Answer: C. 5 psi. The California Plumbing Code, CPC, specifies a standard test pressure of 5 psi, pounds per square inch, for a DWV, drainage, waste, and vent, system when conducting an air test. This test involves sealing all openings in the system and introducing air pressure to ensure there are no leaks in the pipes, fittings, or joints. For instance, a plumber would inflate the system to 5 psi and observe a pressure gauge for a period to confirm that the pressure holds steady. Proper testing is a critical step before concealing plumbing systems to guarantee their integrity and prevent future problems. Question 13. Which of the following is an unacceptable material for connecting a water heater to the potable water supply in California? A. Copper pipe. B. Stainless steel flexible connector. C. Corrugated stainless steel tubing, CSST, for water. D. Galvanized steel pipe. Answer: D. Galvanized steel pipe. Galvanized steel pipe is generally considered an unacceptable material for connecting a water heater to the potable water supply in modern plumbing installations in California, primarily due to its tendency to corrode internally and restrict flow over time. This corrosion can lead to reduced water pressure, discolored water, and eventual leaks. While once common, current codes and best practices favor materials like copper, PX, or stainless steel flexible connectors for reliable and long-lasting connections. Avoid using galvanized steel for new potable water connections to ensure system longevity and water quality. Question 14. What is the minimum grade, slope, required for horizontal drainage piping that is 3 inches in diameter or larger, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC? A. 1/16 inch per foot. B. 1/8 inch per foot. C. 1/4 inch per foot. D. 1/2 inch per foot. Answer: B. 1/8 inch per foot. For horizontal drainage piping that is 3 inches in diameter or larger, the California Plumbing Code, CPC, requires a minimum grade or slope of 1/8 inch per foot. This specific slope ensures adequate flow velocity to carry solids through the pipe and prevent blockages, while also allowing liquids to drain efficiently. For example, a 3-inch drain pipe running 10 feet horizontally would need to drop a total of 1.25 inches, 10 feet *1/8 inch/foot. Proper grading is essential for the effective and hygienic operation of any drainage system. Question 15. What is the maximum number of fixture units allowed on a 2-inch drain pipe, according to the California Plumbing Code, CPC, assuming a slope of 1/4 inch per foot? A. 8 fixture units. B. 16 fixture units. C. 24 fixture units. D. 32 fixture units. Answer: C. 24 fixture units. According to the California Plumbing Code, CPC, a 2-inch drain pipe is typically limited to a maximum of 24 fixture units when installed with a slope of 1/4 inch per foot. Fixture units are a common metric used to quantify the probable discharge from plumbing fixtures, allowing plumbers to properly size drain and vent pipes to handle the expected wastewater flow. For example, connecting too many fixtures to a 2-inch pipe could lead to slow drainage or backups. Proper sizing based on fixture units is critical to prevent overloaded drainage systems. Question 16. A plumber is performing work that requires entry into a trench deeper than 5 feet. What specific safety precaution is generally required before entering the trench? A. Wearing a hard hat and safety glasses. B. Having a spotter present on the surface. C. Ensuring the trench is properly shored, sloped, or otherwise protected. D. Using a gas detector to check for flammable gases. Answer: C. Ensuring the trench is properly shored, sloped, or otherwise protected. For trenches deeper than 5 feet, Cal/OSHA regulations generally require that the trench be properly shored, sloped, or otherwise protected to prevent cave-ins, which are a leading cause of fatalities in excavation work. While other safety measures like hard hats and spotters are important, trench protective systems are specifically mandated for deeper excavations to safeguard workers from immediate collapse hazards. Always remember that trench safety is paramount, and protective systems must be in place before any worker enters a deep excavation. Question 17. Which document must be provided to a homeowner prior to starting work on a home improvement contract exceeding $500 in California? A. A detailed material list. B. A copy of the contractor's business license. C. A notice to owner, informing them about lien rights. D. An invoice for the deposit. Answer: C. A notice to owner, informing them about lien rights. In California, for home improvement contracts exceeding $500, a contractor must provide the homeowner with a notice to owner, also known as a preliminary notice, before starting work. This critical document informs the homeowner about lien rights, explaining that individuals or companies who supply labor, services, equipment, or materials for the project may have a right to file a mechanic's lien against the property if they are not paid. Providing this notice is a legal requirement designed to protect consumers and ensure transparency regarding potential financial obligations. Always provide all required notices to avoid legal issues down the line. Question 18. What is the primary function of a pressure-reducing valve, PRV, in a domestic water supply system? A. To increase water pressure for better flow. B. To prevent backflow into the municipal supply. C. To reduce excessively high incoming water pressure to a safe and usable level. D. To filter sediment from the water. Answer: C. To reduce excessively high incoming water pressure to a safe and usable level. The primary function of a pressure-reducing valve, PRV, in a domestic water supply system is to reduce excessively high incoming water pressure from the municipal supply to a safe and usable level within the building. High water pressure can damage plumbing fixtures, appliances, and pipes, leading to leaks or premature wear. For example, if the municipal water pressure is 100 psi, a PRV would typically reduce it to a safer 50 to 80 psi for internal use. Installing a PRV protects the entire plumbing system and ensures comfortable water usage. Question 19. When must a California C-36 plumbing contractor obtain a separate bond for the benefit of workers, often referred to as a bond for wages? A. For all projects exceeding $25,000. B. Only for public works projects. C. If the contractor has previous wage violation judgments. D. When requested by the client for residential projects. Answer: B. Only for public works projects. A California C-36 plumbing contractor must obtain a separate bond for the benefit of workers, often called a bond for wages or a payment bond, specifically for public works projects. This bond protects the wages of laborers and mechanics employed on public works projects in case the contractor fails to pay them. Unlike the general contractor's license bond, which is for consumer protection, this bond is specifically mandated for government projects to ensure workers on those jobs are compensated. Remember that public works projects have additional bonding requirements to protect all parties involved. Question 20. What is the purpose of an expansion tank in a closed-loop hot water heating system, hydronic system? A. To store excess hot water for later use. B. To increase the system's overall heating capacity. C. To absorb the expansion of water as it heats, preventing excessive pressure. D. To circulate water through the system. Answer: C. To absorb the expansion of water as it heats, preventing excessive pressure. The purpose of an expansion tank in a closed-loop hot water heating system, such as a hydronic heating system, is to absorb the thermal expansion of water as it heats up, thereby preventing excessive pressure buildup within the sealed system. As water heats, it expands, and without an expansion tank, the increased volume would lead to dangerously high pressure that could damage pipes, boilers, and other components. For example, the tank contains an air cushion that compresses to accommodate the expanding water volume. An expansion tank is vital for the safety and longevity of any closed-loop hot water system. Question 21. Which type of plumbing fixture requires a trap primer to maintain its trap seal? A. Kitchen sink. B. Bathtub. C. Floor drain. D. Lavatory. Answer: C. Floor drain. A floor drain typically requires a trap primer to maintain its trap seal because floor drains are often used infrequently, allowing the water in their traps to evaporate over time. A trap primer automatically adds a small amount of water to the trap, ensuring the seal remains full and prevents sewer gases from entering the building. Kitchen sinks, bathtubs, and lavatories are used regularly enough that their trap seals are naturally replenished with water. Installing a trap primer ensures that infrequently used drains remain a barrier against hazardous sewer gases. Question 22. What is the minimum distance required between a gas meter and an opening to a building, such as a window or door, that is below the meter outlet? A. 1 foot. B. 3 feet. C. 5 feet. D. 10 feet. Answer: B. 3 feet. According to plumbing and gas codes, there is a minimum required distance of 3 feet between a gas meter and an opening to a building, such as a window, door, or air intake, that is below the meter outlet. This regulation aims to prevent any gas leaks from entering the building through these openings, which could create a hazardous condition. For example, if a gas meter is near a basement window, it must be at least 3 feet horizontally from that window. Adhering to these clearances is essential for safety in gas piping installations. Question 23. Under what circumstances can a California C-36 plumbing contractor perform work without a permit? A. When the project cost is less than $500. B. For minor repairs that do not involve structural changes or alterations to the plumbing system's layout. C. If the work is performed outside of normal business hours. D. When the homeowner explicitly waives the permit requirement. Answer: B. For minor repairs that do not involve structural changes or alterations to the plumbing system's layout. A California C-36 plumbing contractor can generally perform minor repairs without a permit, provided the work does not involve structural changes, alterations to the plumbing system's layout, or modifications to existing connections. For instance, replacing a faucet, a toilet, or a water heater in the same location without changing the piping configuration usually does not require a permit. However, extending a new water line, moving a drain, or installing a new fixture almost always requires one. Always check with the local building department because specific requirements can vary, but minor like-for-like repairs are often exempt. Question 24. What is the primary reason for installing a cleanout in a plumbing drainage system? A. To allow for future fixture additions. B. To provide a point for testing the system. C. To allow access for clearing blockages and inspecting the pipe. D. To vent the drainage system. Answer: C. To allow access for clearing blockages and inspecting the pipe. The primary reason for installing a cleanout in a plumbing drainage system is to provide accessible points for clearing blockages and inspecting the interior of the pipe. Cleanouts are essentially capped openings strategically placed along the drain lines to allow a plumber to insert a snake or camera to remove clogs or assess the pipe's condition. Without cleanouts, a blocked drain might require expensive and disruptive pipe removal to access the blockage. Proper placement and accessibility of cleanouts are essential for maintaining a functional and serviceable drainage system. Question 25. Which type of workers' compensation insurance is required for a contractor with employees in California? A. Liability insurance. B. Performance bond. C. Workers' compensation insurance. D. Unemployment insurance. Answer: C. Workers' compensation insurance. In California, any contractor with employees is legally required to carry workers' compensation insurance. This insurance provides benefits to employees who are injured or become ill as a direct result of their job duties, covering medical treatment, disability payments, and vocational rehabilitation. Failure to carry valid workers' compensation insurance when employees are present can result in severe penalties, including license suspension or revocation. Always ensure your business is fully compliant with workers' compensation laws to protect both your employees and your license.